Good day to all of you. I'm Dr. Ganesh. Welcome to another chapter of Eat for Health. Today I'm going to talk of a topic, a very important nutrition, a nutrition that most often commonly misunderstood by many and also sometimes confused about. If I were to build a house or a building, I would need a strong foundation. If the foundation is not strong, it would collapse. Even so, in life, there is a foundation, and it's building blocks of many molecules, and that foundation is known as protein. Protein is built of many amino acids. They are the building blocks of protein, the very cement and mortar of our DNA. So there are about 20 amino acids in life, known to life, and all of these are essential to the human body, with the various thousands of enzymatic functions in our body requires protein. Let it be animals, bacteria, viruses, insects, humans, we all need our protein. No protein, there is no life. Now, what do we know about protein? What do we understand about protein? First, we must understand the right source of protein. Too often, our healthcare system, the food corporations, the education system has constantly misled us in understanding the true source of protein. Let me share with you about the animal kingdom. If you were to say the most powerful animal on earth, what could be the most powerful animal on earth? We would say the elephant. Let's say the elephant. And what are the animals that are very powerful? The gorilla, the bull, the ox, the rhinoceros. These are all very powerful animals. But you must understand, they need strength for their energy, for their body. And they need protein too. So where do they get their protein? Where could be their source of protein? If we were to say only animals can give protein, that is dairy and meat and eggs, what about these animals? The elephant, the rhinoceros, the gorilla, the cow, the ox, these are very powerful animals. Where do they get their protein? Because protein builds muscle and strength in our body. An elephant, for example, it eats a lot of branches, sugarcane, it eats fruits, twigs, leaves for its protein. The gorilla, which is 3 times the strength of a man, eats fruits, twigs, branches, sometimes bamboo also. The rhinoceros eats grass, leaves, but they are very, very powerful. So you wonder, these animals are so powerful and yet they only eat vegetation. So rest assured, the true source of protein for us are plants, legumes, beans. these are all the source of protein. All protein comes from plants. That must be known to us. This is the truth about protein. So a very high protein meat, say fish, where does the fish get its protein? It gets its protein from algae. It gets its protein from seaweeds. So again, plants. So plants is the true source of protein. So just bear in mind that plants are the source of protein, and all essential amino acids come from plants. So we have to make it very clear that what we have learned in school, our textbooks, when they say the source of protein, you see a picture of eggs, fish and chicken there. Now that is not the right source of protein. The right source of protein are your vegetables. We know the cow eats grass. We say we eat meat for protein, but where does that animal, before it became meat, where did it get its protein? From grass, from grains. The chicken takes grains. That's its source of protein. So protein all comes from plants. Now, how about us humans? If we say if animals get protein from plants, where do humans, us, we humans, where do we get our protein? Yes, the truth is all our protein also should come from plants, beans, legumes and such. We have been molded, for the last 100 years, we humans have been molded by the food industry, by the healthcare system, all these corporations, just to get the dough moving, because meat and livestock generates income. So that has molded society to think that the true source of protein is meat, but actually it is absolutely wrong. The true source of protein is plants. So we get our protein from vegetables, legumes, beans and all such grains. This is all our source of protein, our true source of protein. Now if I were to say, I'm very sure a lot of us viewing this video all are mostly take a lot of meat. So, but we have to have the knowledge. What's the difference between vegetable protein and meat protein? Why is that those who take meat tend to get more disease than those who take more vegetable protein? That's a fact in health research. Now, what is it in meat? Okay, let's see the difference. Meat and plant protein, right? Now, meat protein, you must understand, it's a source of a dead animal. Okay, the moment an animal is killed, okay, the meat is oxidized. Anything dead, it gets oxidized quickly. So what happens is, meat protein is very acidic, right? And while the animal is alive, there is a lot of hormones that is being injected to it. There's a lot of antibiotics given to the animal. So that also gets into the flesh of the animal, and we consume those into our body. So there is antibiotics, okay, there is hormones in meat, right? So when these get into our body, our body works hard to get rid of these free radicals. And furthermore, when we cook meat with oil, with grilling, roasting, frying, we develop more free radicals in our body with meat. So we develop more inflammation. So meat gives you high inflammation. That's why those who take a lot of meat get high uric acid, get gout arthritis, get a lot of other conditions, and even gain weight quickly. So whereas plant, now we can argue in plants they use pesticides and herbicides and all, but rest assured, when you use herbicides and pesticides, they do not alter the chemistry of the plant. The chemistry of the plant does not get altered, but rest assured, what happens is when the plant doesn't get the chance to fight pests, insects, its antioxidant level is lesser. So of course organic plants are much higher in antioxidants, but as far as the chemistry of the plant stays as it is, so it is much safer. So plant is more alkaline, which is our natural body state. Our human body is alkaline, so that's how our enzymes function well, our hormone systems function well, our immune system functions well, and of course our health functions better that way, alkaline. Okay, plants have high in fiber. Plants are high in antioxidants. This is the key word in plants: alkaline, fiber, antioxidant. Okay, meat has no antioxidants. And plants reduces inflammation in our body. So, and this is, we are talking about taking plants like raw salad, which is very nutritious. So these are the key features between plant protein and meat protein, right? So now let's talk about dairy eggs and dairy milk, which is also a source of protein, right? You can say, I don't take meat, I don't take fish, I take milk and eggs, or maybe I don't even take eggs, but let's assume that you only take milk and eggs. You're not actually safe. Why? Okay, first, for a cow to produce milk, it has to be pregnant. Right? It has to deliver its calf. Okay, so that milk contains, okay, let's say cow's milk contains all the hormones of the mother, of the cow, to feed her calf. So all the hormones from her will go into the calf, and it has also some amount of bacteria which is essential for the calf's gut. Okay, and it has also some lot of even antibiotics, because livestock have been fed this way with antibiotics injections, sadly. So all this goes into the calf, and we process milk and we consume all this into our body. The hormones of the cow, which is foreign to our body, we consume it. So rest assured, our body will react to it. You don't feel it because your body is working hard to keep that balance in your body. You see? What about egg? The same thing. A hen lays an egg. All the hormones from the hen goes into the chicken egg. That hormones in the chicken egg is meant to grow the chick inside the egg, so that the chick will hatch. The egg will hatch and the chick is born. So we get also bacteria, same thing. Okay, so all these things are foreign hormones from the chicken, hormones from the cow. It enters the body. So what your body does, it recognizes as a foreign estrogen, foreign hormone. So they fight. So your body develops a lot of inflammation taking these foods. Okay? So you can research more on yourself on this, and even it's also, research has even shown that high casein in milk, okay? Casein in milk can lead to cancer. So that's in cow's milk. Yeah? So we have to be aware of what we are taking, what protein are we taking. So let me show you an example. If we for athletes that take high vegan athletes, vegans, that they don't take milk, they don't take eggs, they eat only plant-based protein, beans, legumes, grains and vegetables. This is one example of athlete. His name is Nimai Delgado. Okay, I've seen some of his videos, and this is his body. He is a pure vegan, no milk, no eggs. Okay, professional bodybuilder, right? So this is an example. There are many athletes, top performing athletes in the world, cyclists, weightlifting are vegan. Even football, American football, a lot of them are vegans. So protein from plants are the true source of energy and muscle building. So now I'm going to share with you types of proteins that that is available in the market, easily available and are very cheap. So here I have some source of protein here. Now let's see, here we have some pearl barley here. Okay, pearl barley, and this is green peas, as how it is. You see, mostly we get green peas from the can, but this is dried green peas. This is oat grains. This is lentil. This is the dal. This is also another type of dal called the Masoor Dhal. And here we have some millet seeds, and here this is chickpeas. I'm going to do a recipe on chickpeas later, but I'm going to elaborate more of among all these grains. And here we have mung beans, and we have some lima beans here. So now I'm going to talk about one particular beans which is very high in protein, very high in energy, and a very rich source of antioxidant. And it's also readily available in most grocery stores. In fact, you probably have eaten it many times. Now that is known as the chickpea. Let me elaborate more on the chickpea. Let me tell you how powerful is this. Okay, chickpea is an ancient crop. It has a dated history of nearly 7,500 years, and it has been eaten by many warriors and gladiators as their main diet. And also it's a superfood. Why? It's very high in antioxidants. One of the antioxidants known as the polyphenols, which are very high, helps to reduce free radicals in our body, which means reduces inflammation. And it also has, research has also shown that it can even bring down sugar levels. Why? Because it brings down inflammation, it brings down your sugar level eventually. It's also very high in minerals, especially magnesium. Magnesium is essential for relaxation of your blood vessels. It brings down your blood pressure. It's also rich in phosphorus and calcium, which means if you take chickpeas on a regular basis, you have sufficient calcium need for your body, which means strong bones. You probably won't have any chance of osteoporosis if you take this as a regular basis in your life. With its high protein content, a chickpea has about 11 grams of protein per 100 grams of chickpeas. In Malay, it's known as kacang kuda. in Tamil is known as kondakadle. So it's a very widely used ingredient in many cooking, many types of culinary dishes, and it's also very delicious. Now, for a comparison's sake, let me tell you about the antioxidant level of some of these beans here in comparison with chickpeas. So, if I were to make a graph, okay, so this is the total antioxidant capacity. So here we have 200, here we have 400, 600, 800. Okay, so this is the total antioxidant capacity graph of different beans. So now I'm going to start with lima beans. Okay, lima beans has about 160, whereas I go further up, I have mung bean. Mung bean has about 305, and then I have the kidney beans, which has about 512. Now, then I have the black bean, which about 603 total antioxidant capacity. Now, chickpea has about 645. This is your chickpea here. Even higher than chickpeas are the lentils, which has about 721. So you can see chickpeas are a very powerful, very high antioxidant plant food, plant protein here. Now I'm going to share with you a very simple recipe to make. A recipe that you can try at home, very high in antioxidant, very rich in protein. You can take it as a meal to lose weight. So let me share with you here. So now here I have some chickpeas that is been cooked. These chickpeas have been cooking for the last 5 hours in a slow cooker. You can see here I've put some shiitake mushrooms, okay, and I've also added some rosemary, a bit of rosemary, and later on I'll be using some sesame oil after the preparation. So now let's first, okay, so these chickpeas are cooked for already 5 hours slow cooking. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it. Right. So these are the cooked chickpeas here. I'm going to first take out the mushroom. So this mushroom is taken out. Let's put it aside. So now these chickpeas, I'm going to put them inside the blender. Please. So I'll just take this. We just take the broth of the chickpea and we just pour it, right? Just pour it inside there. Okay, so we get there. So roughly about a cup of chickpea in here, right? Roughly about 1 cup, right? So we got the blender ready. So what we do is we'll blend the there, you can see it's blended. Okay, and you can see inside here, okay, how it became like a paste. Okay, like a paste there, right? So now we pour it on a bowl. Okay, so we take a little bit of pepper, sprinkle on top, some pepper, and so we get a bit of a cashew nut here, right? Okay. So now here I have some mushrooms, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle the mushroom. I'm going to take this mushroom here, right? I'm going to take one and we're just going to cut it small. Just place it on them like this, right? You can cut smaller if you want. I like mine big chunks, right? Mushrooms are also very rich in what we call as anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are also rich in mushrooms that are very cancer protective. Okay, so there. So we get your, here we have your chickpea soup with your mushrooms, and I'm going to take a little bit of sesame oil, just 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, just for the flavor to put on top there. Right. Okay. So this is a very powerful, nutritious protein diet with mushrooms, high in antioxidants, and you can try it at home. Very simple. And now let's give it a try. Very nice, very delicious, full of fiber. Till my next video, I hope you got a good information from this video. Until then, stay healthy and live long. Thank you.